Hello, good afternoon on the Isle of Wight. Currently at Busy Bees. I had forgot the windshield mount for the GoPro, so that is just something we have to work with. Didn't get bad here last time I tried to record, so hopefully I can keep up that streak. Now, I didn't have lunch at Grandma's. The surprise, right? Everyone was pleased, so that's good. Basically it's my kind of monotone voice. I'm trying to do this while hustling, but I didn't end up eating there because I forgot I have no gluten-free bread. So I'm going to eat at the cafe here, which is going to be super duper expensive. And then I'm going to explore. This is going to be like a mini visit because traffic was pretty bad. The main road I would normally take is shut because of an accident, which it is what it is. But because of that, it's going to take me too long to get to the 8 Bells, which is the pub I'm planning to go to tonight. So it's just going to take into consideration, and it's already taken me like about 40 minutes just to get here, so you know, stuff like that you got to take into account. First time I've eaten at Busy Bees since they have redone the building, like got rid of the old building and put in this new one in place that they're currently using. I ordered just a simple bacon toasty and salad, and it took that long, and good for essentially what is an impromptu meal. So yeah, I really do like the decor, and I can just about see outside into the countryside. So yeah, there you go. So I'll have lunch and then just explore for like 20 minutes or something like that, 20-30 minutes. Then I gotta go to Tesco and refuel Bessie and buy some gluten-free bread. So while I'm here on this side, like on the other side of the roundabout where Busy Bees is where Tesco is, which has like refuel stations. So while I'm here, I might just refuel Bessie, and since I need gluten-free bread to eat lunch, I'll grab that one there as well. And then whether I head to the holiday house or not afterwards will very much depend on the time index. I have into 1800 hours, just my car. Probably want to leave around 17-20 hours, all things considering. So yeah, the weather's definitely perked up. I was expecting a lot more clouds with this sun, but no, it's quite pretty sunny weather. Didn't put on sun cream, so that's the only reason I'm not outside, because I know I'll burn up like a vampire because of my lack of sun cream. So it is what it is. The toasty has arrived. I was expecting it to be like, you know, actual toasted sort of, but it's like, no, it's literally just toasted bread with bacon, which is how I do it at home. And it's honestly probably the most simplest way of doing it, so why not? The bacon seems to also has been cooked there, where it's like crisping up. Again, that's how I like my thing. So yeah, very well done. Looking forward to have this along with the side to make a good lunch. They're a lot more generous with the bacon than I am. I only have like 2 slices of bacon, one for each half of my bread. Like really layered it up, and it's really nice. Okay, so I've just had lunch. Obviously, I just vacuumed up the sandwich and the corresponding salad, and now it's time just to explore. I'm going to give it 20 minutes and then just head out because I do have other things I need to do. And it's something of a luxury when it takes you 40 minutes to get back to the holiday house, and goodness how long to the 8 Bells. It is what it is though. Look at this cool lighting set. I know I'm facing the wrong way for it, but it's still a very cool lighting set on today. It's just using this fake, oh, it's not exposed there, where is it? I'll take my over, it's using like fake like halogen fillets, which obviously is just LEDs, but it's using it in a fashion that makes it look like they're fillet for halogen based designs. They've downsized the Weber barbecue section from last time. However, they have also upgraded with a TV animated advert thing. One day I'll have my very own electric barbecue.
Weber is an American company headquartered in Palatine, Illinois.
And here's like the massive, like borderline Genesis designs, even if they don't go by Genesis by name. It looks like they finally disconnected the projector inside. That was part of this system that they have not used in a dog's age. Okay, so the timer's going off, so I'm now back in the car. I only had a cursory glance. Unsurprisingly, I spent most of the time in the barbecue section, as I tend to, so it's not that surprising. But quite get to look at everything, which is unfortunate. However, I'm going to go to the other side. We fueled Bessie, which I can't record of because I forgot the window mount. So here's a clip from last year, which is basically the same thing. Then I'm going to go to Tesco, buy some gluten-free bread. Then I'm going to make my way home. So it's not dilly-dally. I've got not a lot to do, but it's going to be a long drive back. That is what has undone me, unfortunately, today. Okay, so I'm back at the holiday house. Got some bread. Also got my afternoon snack in my hand, just carrying one since the journey. I forgot to record me getting the bread, but I was in kind of a rush, so it is what it is. So traffic was a lot better. The road I had closed that caused me such chaos and grief. That has now opened up again. So honestly, the drive was as quick as it would normally be. So kind of as I said, at Busy Bees a little bit longer now, but what's done is done. So, and there was no way to know. So since I'm here, I'm gonna have my afternoon snack. I'm probably gonna end up having a nap because I'm still a bit tired because I went to bed 7 hours last night. So I'm probably gonna take a quick power nap, and then by that point it's gonna be time to head off for the 8 bells. In the meantime though, I'm gonna get this camcorder on charge so it's all ready, so I don't have it dying on me mid-meal. So okay, it's now about an hour later, so it's time to get going. I've had a 20-minute nap. I feel slightly more re-energized as just the camcorder, the GoPro, as I have recorded that. So it's time to get mosey on to the 8 bells. I have arrived at the 8 bells. Almost made a wrong turn midway through the journey, but other than that, fairly uneventful. So I've already booked a table ahead of time, so I should be able to find it pretty easily because they would have booked me one, so it should be that cool. But yeah, welcome to Wales. The 8 bells is one of my favourite locations to visit while I'm on the island. Okay, so I'm at my table, good on number 81, right behind the window, so the sun is glaring onto me, so that's an ideal. But I have also ordered, so I'm getting a starter and a main. I've also got a drink, which is chili roll, orange and passion fruit. Probably should go with pineapple juice because my eyes has been like over the last hour, but hey, I was never one for good ideas. My order just arrived. I thought that it was going to be staggered, so that would be the starter and that would be the main. I was not expecting to get basically 2 loads of chips in one go. For the main, I'm having this gammon steak similar to I had at the Appy Manor yesterday. Just obviously with a slightly different steak, and we've got some extra bonuses such as mushrooms and tomatoes. And for the starter, it was Hunter's chicken loaded fries, which these are steak fries, so these are the chunky stuff. Okay, so I've just finished my meal at the 8 bells. I always forget how big the portions are for the main course, so I have ended up not being able to eat all of the main course because I got filled by the starter, and because it didn't come in like a staggered start, it means I didn't really have any rest between my starter and my main, so that means I never quite finished my main course, so that's unfortunate. But I did manage to get a single scoop of sorbet in, and let me tell you, I'm absolutely stuffed now. Normally the 8 bells sorbet is pretty good, but for whatever reason this time it was very icy. I'm not entirely sure why, but it is what it is. It happens. I might just have gotten a bad carton of the stuff. It's known to happen in places, but yeah, the gammon steak was a lot nicer than the one in Appley Manor. But to be fair, the one here at 8 bells is a little bit more expensive, so you know, you get what you pay for. But I still like the Appley Manor. In fact, that's a very common thing everywhere I've went so far. I really do like everywhere I've been to that I go my personal favourite. And I don't really see much point giving this day hostage because I would wrap it up at the holiday house anyway, so might as well just wrap it up here. And honestly, out of all the days I thought would go wrong and would have some sort of problems, the day I was going to go to Busy Bees was not on that bingo card. So yeah, that's the only one that so far has not gone according to plan, but it's fair enough. I want to go now drive back to Grandma and Granddad's house and enjoy the evening there, and then tomorrow afternoon I'm probably going to end up going to the Monkey Haven. I couldn't decide that between Monkey Haven and Amazon World, and I think I'm just going to go with the 4 because it is close, so I can't really be bothered to drive to like the middle of the island, the other side of the island, in 27-degree weather. So I'll go with the closer of the two. I'll still have a fun time regardless, and I'm looking forward to it. So good night everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the Monkey Haven. First up, it's really hot today. It's 27, feels like 29. So much for the sun and wind. Fortunately, I have managed to park in a shaded area, so stop my car turn into even more of a sauna than it already has. It's currently 13:56 hours, and I'm going to be enjoy a few hours. I think until 16:30ish hours. It technically goes to 1700, but I need to get back to the holiday house because I forgot a few things before I left this morning. So here we go. So let's buy a ticket and see what's new. Okay, so I've made it through a minimal issue. Had to transfer some extra money to my account, but that was something I was foreseeable of happening, but not too much of an inconvenience. So we're now in the Monkey Haven. The answer is there's at least one individual that's crazy enough to be out here in the summer heat, minding their own business. This person's friend has decided to come out, and now probably going around in circles like he owns the place. Something's been top of the town. These have quite a lot to say for themselves now. One thing I've noticed coming up here is that the extension they began working on last year is still being chipped away at. Still a long way to go, but at the same time, considering I think that was only like completely boarded up and you wouldn't even been able to see this area, it's a good improvement over how it was. Oh, off he goes. I tell you what, I regret not taking some Buscapine before I went in. I did bring my pills with me, and I was going to take it when I get here, just give it a few minutes for my food to settle, because I'm feeling a bit off, a bit icky. Except I forgot to do that, I'm now starting to feel like I'm feeling a bit as I mentioned, I'm being a bit off now, so still there's a lot to see, and I'm not going to let it get in the way. I'm going to have fun, darn it. Excuse me, sir. I don't think you're a member of staff. You should not be on that side of the fence. Fine, have it your way. Okay, so let's go into the shade because it's hot. I'm kind of just lingering on one half of the haven right now because coming up in one of the exhibits on this side is like they're going to feed like the monkeys, and I do want to kind of see that, so just hanging around, but not intended, until that happens.
So these are our two log gibbons. The one at the front here is Summer, she's the dominant female. And then we've got Raz, her mum, who's just at the back there. She'll get her fruit inside later, just so she doesn't get bothered or it taken from her. The only reason why Summer's the dominant is because of age. Summer is 20, whereas Razma is actually our oldest primate we've got here, and she's 45. As much as we say she's the oldest, she's only really middle-aged. She can get to mid-50s, if not get to 63, which is 63 was the record of the oldest gibbon. She is in perfect condition for her age, and when she's swinging about you would think she was the oldest that we've got. She was used for a breeding program, so she does have an incredible genetic pool, which means that Summer could potentially go. Collar by monkey, so we've got 5 individuals. You can tell the difference between the girls and the boys. We've got 2 girls and 3 boys. The difference is their tail. It's not a gender thing, it's because we've got 2 different subspecies in here, but the boys all have got very long black tails and a little bit of white poof on the end, whereas the girls have got quite full white tails.
Because I've seen this stuff feed the monkeys, and I have had my cookie, and I decided to have a quick string break as well. So let's go on to the others to look at the birds of the haven, because I have not done so yet. So I was waiting for the aforementioned feeding to happen. Why so glum, chum? Ooh. Don't look that sad now, do you? Well, it's not when you're looking at me head on. Oh, there. I finally found these little critters. I couldn't find them when I first arrived, but no, here they are. Just vibing. Well, I'm now out of the monkey haven. Really enjoyed it. I really did. Tell you what though, the heat really does sap the energy out of you. I'm usually tired. So, well, the exhibit, some of the animals that I had not seen at the beginning of the trip, they started to come out of the whatever shade they're hiding in from the sun, and a little bit of them, which was very nice. It's like 16-27 hours, so I'm going to head back to the holiday house now. I could technically stay for another half an hour. It is getting a bit of a trog. I don't know what word I'm trying to say. But it's getting a bit of an effort now to walk around because of how hot it is. But it was nice. Glad to see the exhibits. I'm glad I didn't really watch as much as I think I did last time, which is good. Enjoyed it a little bit more. I also saw like 2, because today it's like VE celebrations, it's VE Day, and it's like 2 squadrons of red jets. I would say Red Squadron, but that's a Star Trek thing. I fumbled my camera trying to get a recording of it, you know, I probably should have just enjoyed the moment, but it was very cool, and that was like 10 or so minutes ago, and I think I was saw like 5 minutes later when I was looking at a different exhibit, like a Lancaster bomber, I believe. It didn't sound like a usual 2-engine plane that I would usually hear. So yeah, I'm gonna head to Holiday House, collect what I need, and then we're about probably 15 minutes. I might end up just taking a nap or something, maybe stay outside for a bit, either or. And I'll record again when it's time to go to the 8 Bells, because I'm going to the 8 Bells again this time with one of my grandparents. So yeah, so that'll be very good. Very looking forward to that.
Coming down, I wanna be there when you hit the ground. So don't go away. Say what you say. Say that you stay.
It's one of my mum's favourites.
I am a lion for the county, and I drive the main. Searching in the sun for another alone. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. I walk across and me. Is this the place we used to love? Is this the place that I've been dreaming of? Oh, simple thing. And if you ever meet who I don't bleed, oh, talk about it so I don't bleed, oh, somewhere only we know, somewhere.
So I went to the 8 Bells this evening. When I arrived, I discovered 8 Bells was hosting a live performance. So, and it was no time for me just to try and record like a segue into me arriving. So this was like, because I wanted to get like an outdoor seat, and I did find one with a good view of the performer. And it basically just turned into like a theatre dinner thing. I forget the name of it's called, and it was very good. I did a lot of performances, sort of stuff I didn't recognise, but that was 1 or 2 songs that I did recognise and I vibed to. I learned from my mistake from last night, so I didn't order a starter and a main. I just went with a main this time, which was on the specials board, which was these baby barbecue ribs in sauce. And it was so flavoursome. Like, that's whatever smoker they have, it's a very good smoker apparently, because that has turned out very well. Like, it was the sauce was very sweet, and it was very savoury, the ribs itself. I had like some with the mixed with the chips with the ribs, mopped some of the sauce up, and it was like a heavenly bite sort of thing. After a while, I kind of stopped recording on the GoPro, because the GoPro the GoPro interface just kind of crashed and became unresponsive. So like it stopped at the battery stopped at 73%. I could not turn it off, and I couldn't record. It wouldn't rotate. So basically, I just had to wait for the battery to die, so it would force itself off, which is now what it's done, and it's very hot because I think it just basically was in record mode the entire time, except it wasn't recording anything. So just kind of probably caused some sort of kernel panic of some description in the firmware. But regardless, the ribs was very, very tasty. I tried to savour it, and I managed to last 30 minutes before I vacuumed it up. That was very good. And then for dessert, I went with this time 2 scoops of the raspberry sorbet, and basically just confirmed my suspicions. I just got like a bad batch yesterday, because this time there was no ice. It was perfectly like a sorbet should be. It was flavoursome. Yeah, it was absolute divine. I went to the 8 Bells by myself in the end. It also was why I'm at the holiday house now, because it's like 21-40 hours, give or take. I would normally be at my grandparents' house, but it was decided that I should just go by myself and then just return to the holiday house for reasons that are, if I'm going to be perfectly frank, just fair enough. Like it's completely understandable why they wanted me to do that. So I did. I went and enjoyed myself. I don't normally stay for the live performances. On the occasion when I visit a pub on the island, there's like a group or someone that is performing. Outside of listening to them while eating, we don't typically stay. So I thought, take advantage of the opportunity. I just slowly sipped up my pineapple juice while, for the last 20 minutes, half an hour of the performance, which ended at 2000 hours, and I drove back 20-30 hours. I arrived. But in terms of today, I think I'm just going to go sit outside, sip up one of my mocktails. I think I'm going to go with the blue one, so I think that's the tropical punch flavour, and I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my evening. I won't be recording tomorrow because I scheduled tomorrow as a do nothing day, like just sit back, relax. So I won't be going anywhere, I won't be doing anything, and that also includes I won't be recording anything. So with that in mind, I will see you on Sunday, which will be the last day of my trip to the Isle of Wight. So have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you then. Hello and welcome to the imminent end of the holiday, and good day. So yesterday was a bit, just give you a bit of update. So you know what happened yesterday. It was very cloudy yesterday. It was supposed to be sunny. It was not. I visited Grandma and Granddad in the morning, had lunch, and then I came back at the holiday house around 13-30 hours to the beach and went up a path to the opposite way that I went on Wednesday, which basically just led to that beach area we saw on last year's vlog. I came back, I used the bath again, put on this jet stream stuff, figured out what that dial does. It actually used to control the jets, but it doesn't control the bubble generator, so that's still as violent as ever, as I can tell. But I stayed there for an hour and 20 minutes, and that was bliss. I enjoyed that very much. Then I went and just sat on the balcony for an hour or so. In between that time, my IBS started to play up, and that has been plaguing me up to now. I went to the Appley Manor again for tea and had, once again, the safe option, same as last time, which was a gammon steak with pineapple. This time with peas and new potatoes, because it would take half an hour to make a fresh batch of roast potatoes, so without the gluten elements. And peas, just because I had forgot to mention to replace our salad. It was admittedly tough eating both of the sides, because I don't like either. But I powered through it with an ample amount of ketchup, and I did a decent job at that. And then leads up to today, again, IBS has been playing up, so it has plagued me a little bit. However, I have started cleaning up, getting stuff ready to put in the car. I have prepared part of the tea, which is the third set of sausage rolls that I bought. The air fryer has been moved, as well as the gluten-free snacks that was living up there. Need to clean everything before 10-30 hours, which then I want to go to Ryde, try to do some bowling, because that was something I wanted to do last year. But there's still quite a lot to pack and do, so this is all the stuff that's ready to be taken already. There's the coat, but then there's the air fryer, the laptop, and the dry food, my gluten-free snacks. But yeah, I still got so much to clean and do before I'm ready to depart. Got like recycling and then the rubbers to deal with. Something that I am reaching to the last minute to do is the refrigerated section, because I'm confident that this would survive in the cooler bag for 5 hours before the trip, plus the 3-hour trip. I'm not so confident for it to survive 13 hours, particularly the milk, so even with my cooler blocks I have coming in the freezer. You also have noticed, like, this is my afternoon snack. But I have actually think I have overstocked on the mocktails. I didn't take account that I would only be drinking it for 3 days worth that I just haven't drunk. And then down there is the performance and cooler box and the last 2 gluten-free blueberry muffins that I baked. In the Leon bag is like the one I've already defrosted for today, so I'll just keep it in the fridge to keep it a little bit fresh until today. One additional thing of note is the washing machine down here that I showed off. I said it was a new one, and I noticed this. I think it's a lot fancier than the basic one that they had last year, that probably gave out in the last year and a half, and hence why I got this new one. But it also looks a bit like the Bosch unit that we have at home, with the dials and the buttons. It looks like almost like a copycat sort of thing, as well as like the door mechanism looks extremely similar, obviously in a different styling, but it looks like the washing machine we have at home, just a different brand, the GoPro 500. So this feels a lot more of a higher end model than what they had last time, and it is more as a, I don't know if Bosch and Beko is part of the same brand, but it does feel a bit of a copycat thing. And it's something I've been meaning to mention. And with that in mind, I think it's time for me to start cleaning. Goodness knows this place needs it. So I can try to leave this place as I found it, as stipulated in the emails and the guides that Woodside sends you. Okay, so it's 10:45 hours. I'm 15 minutes later than I want to be, but technically I have to be out of the holiday house by 1000 hours. However, because of the way I booked this and scheduled this, it's actually 1000 hours tomorrow. So technically I could stay here for an additional night if I so desired, but considering my IBS, it's not worth the stress of trying to wash out. So just do it today at my own pace and just be better mentally and physically, because of how IBS works. But let's see that I'm mostly tired. Obviously, actually, this is the worst room in the holiday house considering how stuff there is. The pile of things that needs to be packed has grown. The bed is almost done. I just need to re-add the towels. You can see my laptop corner has gone. My clothes bag was there, that's also gone. My towels are no longer there, that's in the bags. And to the best of my ability, I have cleaned the sink. Because I can't do the mirrors, I don't have the necessary things for that, and water is just going to make it worse. So the cleaners will have to do that, and plus there's some other bits and pieces that they'll have to do that is outside my means. But yeah, I'm more or less ready now. just the cold items I'll do when I get back to the holiday house. And that is a good segue where I'm going to be going to Ryde now. You notice I got different clothes on. I actually had to realise that my clothes that I was wearing for the last half week has been worn for a collective 1 week, so they need to be changed over anyway. So I put on the spares I put on, and here we are. Right, so now to put on my shoes, pack my morning snack, make sure I have my wallet, and get this show on the road. Okay, as I'm leaving, one thing I want to say that I did forget to say is that a disadvantage for someone with IBS for cleaning up now is that now I can't use the toilets in the holiday house unless I want to clean up the sink and toilet again. So anyway, if someone's having the thought that I won't be able to use the toilet, I mean I can use a public toilet, I just don't really like to, but I have basically just made it so I can't really use the toilet unless I use a public one until I go to grandma's house around 1300 to 1400 hours, so yikes, nuts, because then my IBS is playing up. Probably not the brightest move, but won't get the cleaning out of the way, so it's a double-edged sword. Okay, so I've arrived at Ryde and I have paid for parking for up to 2 hours. Although the only thing I'm going to need one, because I don't really want to do much more than go bowling, which is really the one thing I wanted to do last year. Also, I made a bit of a tactical boo-boo when I went out and washed, and when I washed out, because I forgot my camera bag, so it means I gotta lug around the camera, the wall bottle and everything else by hand or by my pockets, which is less than ideal, although it's not as unideal as having your conservatory stolen. Can't have anything in this capitalism. They've redone up the train station. Like, it looks very smart and fancy now. They've had this place redecorated. I don't like it. Got lucky number 13 as my alley. Finished bowling. I had 2 games, so that probably was like 20 minutes. They've definitely done it up, because the bowling balls are now like in, like, use the strings. Like the mini bowling alley I used once during one camping trip. So, and the rails, the safety rails, I ended up needing, because turns out I just suck at bowling. It's VR giving me a hard time. I just suck at bowling these days. but the way on it is also motorized and automated, so they've definitely done it up since the last time I bowled here. It was probably like 10 years ago, to be fair, so a lot has happened in 10 years, but it's still something of the note. So yeah, I like the upgrades and changes they've done to it, honestly. Very modernized, and I imagine the system is a lot more reliable than the old one, which, according to Grandma, the old one they had in place was problematic, to say the least, or unreliable, if you will. So yeah, fun time. I just suck at bowling. I'll definitely do some more bowling again at some point. There is a bowling alley where I live, so I suppose I should give that a whirl. I'm just heading now to the beach to get photos for the intro card for this vlog, because I haven't done that yet. The weather's very nice, so I might as well take advantage of the opportunity. The water is out, so I might have a bit of difficulty on recording that footage that I see. But you know, we'll make it work, we'll do what we have to do. Okay, so I got something. I'm not sure if it was quite the footage I was after, but I might end up trying recording something similar at Woodside if I get back and if I remember. I'm now just heading back to the car for A, my morning snack, and B, to put the camera away because battery's almost dead. Forgot to charge this yesterday, so it means I was only running at half battery capacity, so that's not ideal. And also because I don't really want to lug around this camera anymore. I'm just going to go walk around for like half an hour afterwards and just enjoy the last bits of my holiday, really. So I guess I'll see y'all at the holiday house. Okay, so I'm back at the holiday house. I have been so for like 20 or so minutes. I basically just came in, put the camcorder on charge just to top it up, so now it's not quite in danger of just dying on me. And while I was charging, I just kind of did a quick walk around the woods, the same path as I did a few days ago. So with that in mind, and everything is in order, let's start to pack Bessie. Okay, so I've just finished packing up all my stuff. It took me about 15 minutes. I just recorded for the time lapse. So now I'm just doing a quick survey around, making sure I haven't forgotten anything. Because once I lock that door, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. Even though I technically got 8 hours, actually no, it's 12 hours. You know, point is I still technically have an entire afternoon, but no. And as far as I can see, everything is as I left it, and there's nothing of mine I have left. The only thing that I am not doing that was how I found it, is the TVs were on. I'm not doing that. I recognise that's how I found it, but considering that's a waste of power and it's unnecessarily adding wear to the panel, I've neglected to ignore it. But yeah, I think that's everything. So let's close this, because this is how I found it. The window is not locked. It was closed and locked when I found it, so do that. Likewise, this is locked. Can't open it. Okay, goody gumdrops. Leaves one last loose end. So, okay, hold on. Yeah, a moment. I was hoping to do this one-handed, but obviously that's not happening. There you go. That was the missing link. And into general waste you go. Bon appetit. Here's the bin. Here we go, last lock. Is this the right key? It looks like it. Just do it that way, otherwise I'm just going to unlock it even further. Yep, and that's that. Okay, so now I'm just going to return the keys to reception, let them know of the stuff that I couldn't revert to its original condition and miscellaneous stuff. But in terms of areas, that's my end of the Woodsides. So I'll see you again in a few hours when I board the ferry. Hello.
Right, number 11, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here we are aboard the St. Faith, the other St. class of the Portsmouth to Fishbourne fleet, along with the St. Clair. It ain't no Victoria of Ryde, but this is still a very fine ship. Coming on the sun deck, and like literally on the other side of that forest is the Woodside Bay Retreat where I stayed for a week. 6 nights technically, but potato. Overall, I think that this is a good place to leave the vlog here, because other than this ferry crossing, it's literally just the drive back home at night, and I would just have to finish it at home anyway. So I see, just like last year, I see no reason to prolong this. So overall, I think this trip has been a lot more successful than the one I did last year. Got to go to Black Chine, got to properly enjoy all the facilities of Woodside. There was a few hiccups, but nothing compared to last year. The Monkey Haven was very fun. I enjoyed my day off yesterday. Wish I could look a little bit more at Busy Bees, but you know, traffic and accidents, you know, it's prone to happen, it's one of those things. Had some amazing meals. Oh, we are revving up, which means we're about to move. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.